There is a creature living in your garden right now that hunts like a monster from a nightmare, kills with a strike faster than your eye can follow, and has earned a reputation so fearsome that ancient cultures once worshipped it as a god of death. It is small enough to sit on your fingertip, yet it possesses a killing method so precise that scientists still study it. This creature is the praying mantis, and despite its calm, almost meditative posture, it may be the deadliest insect on the planet relative to its size. Today, we are going to explore why this seemingly gentle garden visitor deserves your deepest respect, and why killing one might be one of the worst decisions you could make for your garden, your local ecosystem, and the balance of nature around you. The praying mantis gets its name from the way it holds its front legs together, folded upward as if in prayer. But do not let that peaceful pose fool you. Those folded limbs are actually loaded weapons, spring-loaded arms lined with sharp spines that can snap forward and clamp onto prey in under a 20th of a second, faster than a human blink. High-speed camera studies have shown that a mantis strike happens so quickly that the prey often has no time to register what happened before it is already being eaten alive. This is not a lucky ambush. It is a precisely calculated act of predation, guided by one of the most remarkable visual systems in the insect world. Unlike most insects, the praying mantis has stereoscopic vision, meaning it can judge distance and depth almost the way humans do. Its two large compound eyes work together, triangulating the exact location of prey before launching its strike. Researchers have even fitted tiny three-dimensional glasses onto mantises in laboratory experiments to study how their depth perception works, discovering that they process visual information in a way remarkably similar to vertebrates. This gives the mantis pinpoint accuracy, allowing it to calculate the trajectory, distance, and timing needed to snatch a moving target out of midair, one of the reasons it is such an efficient killer. The mantis is also famous, or perhaps infamous, for its head, which can rotate almost a full 180 degrees, unheard of in the insect world. Most insects have fixed heads and must move their entire bodies to look around. The mantis, however, can sit perfectly still, camouflaged among leaves or flowers, and simply swivel its head to track potential prey or threats without giving away its position through movement. This stillness, combined with total awareness, makes it an almost undetectable predator, patiently waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When it comes to diet, the praying mantis is far from picky, and this is where its reputation as a deadly hunter truly comes into focus. Mantises feed on flies, moths, crickets, beetles, spiders, and other insects most people would consider garden pests. A single mantis can consume dozens of insects in a week, making it one of the most effective natural pest control agents available to any gardener. But the mantis does not stop there. Larger species, particularly those found in tropical regions, have been documented capturing and eating small lizards, frogs, and even hummingbirds, holding it down and consuming it alive. This kind of behavior, an insect killing and eating a vertebrate many times its own size, is exceptionally rare in nature, and places the mantis in a category of predator that few other insects can match. Perhaps the most infamous aspect of mantis behavior, the one that has captured public fascination for generations, is sexual cannibalism. In many mantis species, the female will kill and eat the male during or after mating, sometimes beginning with his head while mating is still in progress, and remarkably, his body can continue the process even after decapitation, because the movement is controlled by nerve clusters distributed throughout his body rather than solely by his brain. Scientists debate why this evolved, some pointing to nutrients that boost egg survival, others to simple opportunistic feeding. Either way, this brutal reproductive strategy has cemented the mantis as one of the most feared and fascinating insects in the animal kingdom. Despite this fearsome reputation, praying mantises pose virtually no threat to people. They do not have venom capable of harming humans, they do not carry diseases that spread to people, and they generally will not bite unless directly threatened or mishandled, and even then the bite is barely noticeable, more like a gentle pinch than anything dangerous. The idea of the mantis as a deadly killer applies almost exclusively to the insects and small animals it hunts, not to humans. This distinction lets us appreciate the mantis for what it truly is, an extraordinary natural predator, without any real fear of harm to ourselves or our families. So why exactly should you never kill a praying mantis if you find one in your garden or your home? The first and most practical reason is pest control. A single mantis can dramatically reduce populations of aphids, caterpillars, beetles, and other insects that damage crops, vegetables, and ornamental plants. Farmers and gardeners around the world have used mantises for centuries as a natural, chemical-free alternative to pesticides. Killing a mantis removes one of the most efficient pest control agents nature has ever designed, potentially allowing harmful insect populations to explode unchecked in your garden. The second reason involves the delicate balance of local ecosystems. Praying mantises occupy a unique position in the food chain, serving as both predator and prey. While they hunt smaller insects, they themselves are hunted by birds, spiders, bats, and larger reptiles. Removing mantises from an ecosystem, even a small backyard ecosystem, can create ripple effects that disrupt the natural balance between predator and prey populations. Insect populations that mantises normally keep in check may surge, while the birds and other animals that rely on mantises as food may struggle to find adequate nutrition. Nature operates as an interconnected web, and every species removed from that web can have consequences far beyond what is immediately visible. The third reason is rooted in conservation and biodiversity. While the praying mantis, as a broad category, is not currently endangered globally, certain species face significant threats due to habitat loss, pesticide use, and climate change. Some regional populations have declined sharply near heavy agricultural or urban development. Every individual mantis that survives to reproduce contributes to the genetic diversity and long-term resilience of its local population. Killing mantises indiscriminately, especially where certain species are already under pressure, can contribute to localized declines that are difficult to reverse. There is also a cultural and historical dimension to why the mantis deserves protection rather than destruction. Throughout history, numerous civilizations have revered the praying mantis as a symbol of patience, stillness, focus, and even prophecy. Ancient Greek culture associated the mantis with divine insight, and its very name derives from the Greek word for prophet or seer. In China, mantis fighting techniques inspired an entire martial arts style, Southern praying mantis kung fu, which studies the insect's explosive striking speed, precision, and patience as a model for combat philosophy. This creature has influenced human culture, religion, and even physical combat training for thousands of years, a remarkable legacy for an insect most people today barely give a second glance. For those who keep vegetable gardens or flower beds, mantises are essentially free, self-sustaining pest management systems that require no maintenance, no chemicals, and no cost. Unlike pesticides, which can harm beneficial pollinators like bees and butterflies alongside the pests they target, mantises are selective hunters that primarily target other insects without disrupting the broader ecosystem in the same damaging way. Encouraging mantis populations in your garden, rather than eliminating them, can lead to healthier plants, reduced pest damage, and a more balanced, self-regulating outdoor environment over time. If you do encounter a praying mantis in your home, there is no need for alarm, and certainly no need for violence. Mantises typically wander indoors by accident, often while searching for prey near lit windows or doorways at night. The simplest and safest solution is to gently guide the mantis onto a piece of paper or cardboard and release it back outside, ideally near plants or vegetation where it can resume its natural hunting behavior. This costs you nothing, takes only a minute or two of your time, and preserves one of the most fascinating and ecologically valuable insects you are ever likely to encounter in your daily life. In the end, the praying mantis stands as a powerful reminder that appearances can be deeply deceiving in the natural world. A creature that looks calm, still, and almost serene is, in reality, one of the most efficient and specialized killing machines evolution has ever produced. Its lightning-fast strikes, near-human depth perception, full head rotation, and willingness to take down prey many times its size make it a true apex predator within the insect kingdom. Yet for all its deadly capability, the mantis offers nothing but benefit to humans, protecting gardens and ecosystems alike. The next time you spot a praying mantis perched motionless on a leaf, patiently watching the world with its uncanny, almost knowing gaze, resist any urge to harm it. Instead, appreciate that you are witnessing one of nature's most extraordinary predators, one that has earned both fear and reverence across centuries, and deserves to live out its short life doing exactly what it was built to do.